Should you pursue your twin flame journey? Well, let's talk about it. I'm Laurentiu and she's Alexandra, and we are twin flames in Harmonious Union. We are master certified ascension coaches, and we're here to help answer this question. Well, first of all, when we ask this question about the twin flame journey, is it worth pursuing? Should you pursue it? Because I did get that question from people when I speak with them. It's like, okay, is it worth going after this person? Is it worth following these things? Will it lead me to actually be together with my twin flame? Well, to answer all of those things in a very clear way, well, that depends on what you do
And what you want.
and what you want. Because if you want to be with your twin flame physically, then there is a process that you have to go through. No amount of waiting, no amount of just meditating and just sitting and just feeling is going to help you get there. But you have to do active healing with yourself, with the mirror exercise, if you want to achieve that. But coming with your twin flame, it matters if you really want to, because there are different ways to be with your twin flame, and this is the reality of the situation. There are spiritual paths that don't lead you to a physical relationship with your twin flame.
But
So-
they can lead you to kind of have a very kind of good relationship with God, and you can have fulfillment, yes, but yes, you won't necessarily have physical union with your twin flame.
And that's where you have to be very clear on what you want. Because if you try to follow two paths, it's going to pull in two directions and you're not going to go anywhere. So you have to see which path you want to go towards. If you just want a path with God, just being more like by yourself with God and that's it, then there are many paths that lead to that way. But that won't lead to a physical relationship, but it will still lead you to be with your twin flame after you get offered, so to say.
Yeah.
But the path that we are following is one when we choose to have a physical relationship with our twin flame. That's why we're here. She's here. She's real. She's not holographic or anything like that. So we can be together. But for that, it requires a very specific way. So you have to be clear if you want to pursue this. First of all, that will be the first step. Do you want this or not? The rest, if it's impossible or impossible for you, don't worry about that. Just get clear on this one. After you get clear on this, we can move to the next step. But
yeah, I just wanted to say this is really important because there will be challenges in the twin flame journey, right? And I think that's just important to acknowledge. If you want to pursue this, we're not gonna come and say oh my god, this is gonna be the easiest thing ever, and you just do these three things and you're gonna have your twin flame. It depends. Some people have depending on what they have here so far, they may seem to have an easier time or not, but ultimately it is a journey of loving yourself and facing sometimes very uncomfortable things about yourself. And it doesn't mean that you have to get stuck in them, but you will have to face them, and you will have to move through them. And sometimes that's not easy or pleasant. We will be the first to acknowledge that. It's definitely easier when you have a process, and for us, we also work with our coach, and we have our community, so we're pretty well supported and we have gone through a lot of cycles together by this point where we kind of know what to expect, and it's oh yeah, this is just the 15th dark night of the soul, or pattern, or thing that we need to heal, or cycles, or blah blah blah. It's just you get used to it, right? But there will still be challenges in one way or another coming your way. So therefore, here is really important that you are fully decided that you want to pursue this and you want to be with your twin flame, because being with your twin flame doesn't mean you're just gonna have this person and you're gonna sit on the couch together and just kind of smooch all day and that's it. There's gonna be that, of course, but your relationship will actually be more fulfilled when you understand its purpose and you live from that place fully.
exactly. So that can be possible. So you can have your twin flame. You can have this relationship. It is possible, but you have to be not 50% in, not 90% in, not 99.9% in, but you have to be 100% in if you want to have what we have. You cannot go any lower.
Yep.
I'm sorry about that, but that's the truth. So that's why it's important. You have to be 100% in if you want this,
Yep.
no matter what happens. no matter what challenges are thrown at you. And even though it may sound scary, oh no, I have to give all of myself, well, that's the only way we have this. That's the only way you can have this in a healthy way.
We don't have any secret desire to go be with a soulmate, or we didn't like at any point be like, oh my god, like, okay, maybe I'm just gonna break up with you and be with somebody else, or like, we didn't necessarily have that, and even if we did, maybe like once or twice, like we moved through it,
Yeah, we just moved through the feelings. We didn't take action. We didn't try to make ourselves feel bad that we're having this experience or that whatever.
Yeah, exactly. And here it's a thing, like, for me personally, if I look at why I chose to pursue the twin flame journey, it's like, I have been with soulmates before. I have been in relationships with people, and honestly, none of them really fulfilled me. Like, that's just like ultimately the truth, and I have had quite a few romantic experiences, like, before coming with Lau. I wasn't necessarily clueless in this department, right? And I just realized that I wasn't really happy, with them. It's not like they were bad for me or anything. It's just after some point in time, like, the relationship was just kind of growing stale, and it didn't like work out anymore. Even if, like, I had a lot of love, like, for those people, there was just something off in the way that we were interacting, and that's, for me, the moment that I realized that I just wanted something more. And that's when I manifested, Lau, and we finally kind of got together as twin flames, right? So ultimately, we can tell you, and it's a thing, because if you were to look online and people talking about this, a lot of them will be, well, my relationship with my twin flame kind of just is very bad right now, so I just kind of want to be with the twin flame and chill.
And with the soulmate.
With the soulmate and chill, and just have a happy and peaceful life. And I'm like, I have been in the technically happy and peaceful life with the soulmate, and I don't know, for me, just never, it never worked out, So I wanted to have, like, complete love. I wanted to have a person that I could grow with, and a person that would challenge me, and that was my twin flame, right? And I have, again, never experienced this with anybody else, and I think, like, it's a lot of people that really have been with their twin flame, even for a little while, they know that feeling of you being with your twin flame. Now, usually people, it's not like that feeling is wrong, is that usually upsets come up and blocks come up, and then separation comes up, and then the whole kind of things just kind of fall apart. But that feeling that you had maybe with this person, that you maybe have experienced, is not a lie. It's there. And that's actually the truth of your relationship. And you can have that feeling consistently. But you need to allow yourself to move through the blocks that keep you from having that feeling and experience with your twin flame consistently. And that means maybe facing uncomfortable things again, like rejection wounds or abandonment wounds or childhood things, or all of these things that generally kind of come up, they need to be faced, right? And to be with a soulmate, you don't need to do any of this. You can just go and, again, kind of be chill and have a pretty normal relationship, with the soulmate. You can,
but not be satisfied.
But yeah, in our experience, this was not something like satisfying, So that's like something that you have to get very clear with yourself. And honestly, I don't think we can convince you of this. And if you want to go off and be with soulmates for a while to get clear, then go on, be with a soulmate, see how it is, try out, But if you are the type of person that has already experienced that, knows how that situation is, or you just really are determined to be with your twin flame, then I think I highly encourage you to, do it. Learn the mirror exercise, learn what it means to be with your twin flame, because it's different, and that's how you set up yourself for success.
So really, if you really want this and you go all into this, you're going to be able to achieve it, but you have to let go of expectation on when, how, like if it's really the person or not. So it's
Mhm.
gonna be a lot of struggle, a lot of healing, but it is possible if you really dedicate yourself to it.
Yep, exactly. Good. Well, if you do want support with your twin flame journey, you can always contact us and we will be happy to support you further. We can see how to contact us like in the description below. But otherwise, I hope you enjoyed our video. Subscribe, like, and see you in the next one.